So it has been a while since I've done a regular bunkhouse travel trailer, and I was excited when this new 2026 model physically showed up here on location. And right now I've got all the slides closed in just to give you an idea on what it's going to look like while you're in transportation. But this is going to be the brand new 2026 Forest River Wildwood, model number 33TS. Triple slide on board, and I'm calling this thing the ultimate bunkhouse travel trailer. Reason being is because you have so many options in the back bunk room. You can leave the back bunk room set up as a regular traditional style, or it comes with a Versa Queen where you can open that up, possibly giving yourself the 2-bedroom setup with a queen bed in the back and a king size bed in the front. And if that's not impressive enough, the living room has the new Versa Lounge, which gives you options there as well. But we are going to start on the opposite side of the coach from right now and go over some of the weight and specs before we step inside. But I do welcome you to the channel, and let's get started. Okay, so we got everything opened up. If you appreciate showing you what it looks like with the slides closed in, go ahead and drop me a couple of thumbs up. But right now we're going to take a look at some of the specs in the vehicle, and I'm going to give you my opinion on what you should safely tow this thing with. So coming at you, 38 feet 9 inches of total length. Dry weight as it currently sits, now this is going to be minus your propane tanks being filled, as 9,712 pounds. Your gross vehicle weight rating is 11,288 pounds. You're riding on two twin 5,100 pound axles, 15-inch rims with E-rated tires, and you have 1,538 pounds of available cargo capacity. Hitch weight, I'm going to leave about here in the video, but for my recommendation, I'd recommend towing this with at least a 3/4 ton or possibly larger. It is on the heavier side, and it's too much for your half ton to safely tow. But we are going to start on the inside, and then we're going to step back out. But this is, in my opinion, the ultimate bunkhouse travel trailer. So many more upgrades that have happened since the last time I seen this thing. You've got new exterior colors, new interior colors. It's just a big wow factor for me. So stepping inside, this is going to be a 96-inch wide construction. You've got 3 total slides on board, and one of them is right here between the living and the kitchen. That's the new Versa Lounge. I'm liking the new colors as well as the blade lighting on the ceiling. Take a look at the accent lights. Let me see if I can turn that off so you can see it. Over the slide, plus engineered into kind of the wall over there as well. Kitchen's tucked away nicely over here. You've got the L-shaped countertop. That's a thermofoil countertop as well. Your fridge is going to be a 12-volt fridge, 9 cubic feet. Freezer is located on the top, and of course the fridge is going to be located on the bottom. Furrion oven with 3 burners. An okay amount of room maybe for a pan of biscuits and so forth. You got the GFI outlet found right over here. And what's your opinion on this? Your microwave, they've kind of got it like tied into the decor, making it appear to be a hood vent. This lifts up out of the way, exposing your 30-inch regular microwave, nothing fancy there. Let's come back around. So you have 2 different sources of heat on board. Your main source of heat will be coming from the floor vents found throughout the floor, but you also have that electric fireplace found all the way in the front. That's another floor vent right over here. Fireplace produces about 5,000 BTUs of heat, but again, your main source of heat will be coming from the propane tanks found on the front. You can maybe mount upwards of about a 55, maybe 60-inch TV there as well. And I call that area under the fireplace a shoe garage. It's a nice place to store all of your shoes whenever you're actually inside the RV. You got a place for a trash can, as well as some pretty nice storage on board this RV as well. So also, to view more additional photos, I always leave a link found down in the video description. Takes you over to the company's website, so you can see all the photos of this model as well. And speaking of photos, I'm going to try my best to overlay some pictures of the Versa Lounge. This thing converts into about 3 different arrangements. You have an L shape right here, so you can lounge back and watch the TV. You got the regular sofa now plus the regular booth. That will lay flat to a bed, or you can lay the entire slide down into just one long continuous sleeper. Check out the window decor. I'm not going to take that out of the video. That was not supposed to happen, but the windows do have blackout shades. They are tan in color, and they're supposed to go up like that, and both of the windows are in fact breeze windows. That's going to be a first. I've never had that actually happen to me before, but I'm not going to edit it out. These things show up from the factory. Things do shift, you know, when they're in transportation. Right over here is going to be your pantry. So you have a decent amount of storage space on board, and that's nice how they've opened that up in the back so you can still have access to everything for mechanical issues. So far, I'm actually liking the new interior colors. The flush mounted slide's very nice. The blade lighting is just very, very nice to me as well. So 2 air conditioners on board. This one's a 15K. GoPro does not provide the best of sound quality, but it's extremely quiet. So let's go ahead and make our way now all the way towards the back. So I mentioned at the beginning, you can possibly turn this thing into 2 full-size beds. This is called the Versa Queen. Let me get in here and get turned around. This thing opens up to about the size of a queen-size bed, or you can leave it in the sitting position now. You also have the bunk on the top. I'll leave the dimensions of that in the video. But this is what it looks like if you're actually sitting down. You could mount a TV. You have connections up here for a TV, so somewhere on the wall. I do recommend having a professional do that. We do find these things coming in on trade often, where someone has actually mounted their television to the wall and the screws have gone all the way through. So just be cautious if you decide to do that. This is a good look of the second bunk there. Let's go ahead and let this one down. Give you another view of that. And let me see if I can open this up for you real quick, just to give you an idea. All right, guys, so I'm scratching my head just a little bit on this one, and I think I need some of your help. I got this thing laid out. It definitely looks like the size of a queen-size bed, hands down. Plus, you know, you have the other bunk on the top. But I've gone ahead, and I've attempted to lay the Versa Lounge flat. And I think I need some help. Am I doing this right? I mean, a guy, you can probably move these cushions over a little bit, but then you're left with this space. And that's not designed for that. Am I doing that right? Somebody let me know. And yeah, I put the curtain back up as well. But that's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be one long continuous bed, plus the option of a queen size bed back from the back. So now that we have our living room back in order, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our restroom before moving all the way towards the front. So kind of more of a corner shower. I'm 6'2" and I have about an inch over my head when I'm standing inside of there. I do in fact like the glass door. That's pretty nice. Thermofoil countertops, so it would have been nice to see solid surface in the bathroom. Plastic foot flush toilet, and that's gonna be the controls for your tankless on-demand water system. And this right here will be your perfect pooping position. So I'm a little bit bigger guy, but I have plenty of room. That's just a pretty good view of your bathroom though. Take a look at this. Just look at all the room you have inside of here. That's a king size bed, or at least they're calling it a camper king. Up top you have that second air conditioner, which it's not on right now. You don't even need it. It's so cold in here. That one air conditioner is doing plenty. So honestly, the front of this thing looks more like a fifth wheel style setup. With the bedroom slide, you got the washer and dryer connections over there. This is going to be your view if you're lying in bed. Let's take a look at some of your storage here. You still have the thermofoil countertops found over here, so that's interesting. I would have liked to have had a dresser of some sort, you know, considering its overall size. Coming around. Oh yeah, let's take a look. Will it fall? No, I'm a little rough. TV connections are right here, so a little TV could be mounted. I think honestly I'd be placing my TV on the nightstand just to have a much bigger TV. Again, 2 air conditioners on board. This is the second thermostat found right over here. And just look at the bed. You have a ton of room on each side of the bed to move around. The slide box is 42 inches deep, so it does sit back just a little bit more to give you all this additional room found up here in the bed. Each side of the bed has a small little nightstand, plus different power connections. I swear that was just a thing with that one blind falling. That has never happened to me before. A really deep closet, probably at least 3.5, almost 4 feet deep, with the optional shelf. Plus, if the ladies want to use the closet for like dresses and so forth, you have that, or you can actually install the washer and dryer. Stackable washer and dryer could definitely be installed. So again, to view more additional photos, there is a link found in the video description that takes you over to the company's website. JBL audio system, so JBL speakers found on the outside and inside. But help me out, what is the story with this thing? Does anybody have the older previous model of this thing, and maybe can give me some instructions on how to properly lay this thing flat? But at date and time of making this video, now there's two different sheets. This is called the MSRP sheet, which a lot of dealerships will attempt to sell you off of this price. Don't go off of that. MSRP, maybe you can pause this. $60,569. Of course, our sales price can be viewed in the video description or over at the company's website. But right now, we're going to step outside and go over some of the outside features that I find that are extremely impressive. Like, take a look at that. And right over there, can you guys see that? There is outside lighting found in several places under the awning, plus a really crisp light strip right over here, as well as over here where the TV could be possibly mounted on the outside of the coach as well. But it's clean. The overall RV is just really clean and crisp with all the new exterior colors. The outside kitchen on this thing is also impressive. You got the grill that swings around, the outside fridge, and typically this is like a Formica material, and now it's going to be metal. You have additional TV connections, so you could have several TVs out here going. You got one possibly here, one right over there, a really huge TV on the inside. 14-foot awning found on board. You got the spare tire found in the back. You are prepped to receive a blindside camera right there. That's a really simple system to install yourself. 3 total slides on board. All of these are rack and pinion slide, which in my opinion is the better system on board. Pre-tinted windows from the factory. And sewer connections on board, you have 2 different ones. Back over here in the back, you have a gray and black. And conveniently located right up from there is your power cord connection and your outdoor shower. I personally think it's a great idea to have the outdoor shower as close to this as you can, so you can wash your hands once you're finished doing all that dirty work. And the second sewer connection is going to be a gray, found right over here. This is for the washer and dryer. So with that being said, please make sure this cap is removed if you're utilizing your wash machine. I have had customers in the past where they have forgot all about that, and it's flooded their camper when the wash machine goes into the rinse cycle. The outside storage on board is a little limited, but kind of impressive at the same time. Only found on one side of the RV. And the RV is going to be stabilized from 2 sets of electric scissor jacks. One set in the front, the other one's in the back. Both of them will have their own independent switch. These will only go down till they feel about 10 pounds of pressure before they completely just turn themselves completely off. And your underbelly is in fact completely enclosed. But what do you guys think of the new 2026 model? It's actually really nice. The ultimate bunkhouse travel trailer. Let me know in the comment section down below. Continue to like and subscribe. Come see me.